What's popping, Glam Squad? Welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Glam Hub by V. On today's vlog, we're gonna be transforming this gorgeous lady. So stay tuned if you wanna see how we achieved this look.
Makeup boo, do that makeup, do that makeup. You've only got 10 minutes, so put your face on.
Yes. So on today's tutorial, we are going to be transforming this gorgeous girl by the name Karen, and I loved how her skin looks, because you guys remember you have to take care of your skin if you want your makeup to look really good. And so to start off with, I started with just trimming her eyebrows just a little bit. Mostly I concentrate on the brow bone area just to make sure we have a clean highlighted brow bone. Yeah, and then next I just applied some primer. She already had her moisturizer and sunscreen on, so I added in my primer because I want to start with the eyebrows, and with eyebrows you will clean on top of the brow. So I prefer doing the primer before, so that I'm not going back with the primer on top of the foundation that I will use to clean up the eyebrow. Yeah, so next I went in with the Davis pencil and I filled them in, and then using this concealer palette, I just went in with very light shades, and I cleaned under her brow. And then on top of her eyebrows, I went in with the Zaron foundation in the shade FZ25, and that's what I'm just using to clean up the upper part of the eyebrow. And for this, you guys already know we use a flat brush. It's way easier to blend with a flat brush compared to an angled brush, but again, it's all about preference. So for the eyelid, I went in with the porcelain concealer from Illegal. You guys know by now that I love this white concealer as my eyeshadow base. I love how thick it is. It gives you a good base and it dries off well, so your eyeshadow is not gonna be running throughout the day. Yeah, for this look, I'm just going in with matte shades, and I chose to go with like a very like, it's almost like a peach but very light, and that's what I'm using for my transition, and also I'm using the same shade for my inner part of the eyelid. Yeah, so for the transition you want to use a very fluffy brush so that it's easier to blend, because for transition shade you don't want it to be very pigmented, so a fluffy brush just does it right. And then for the inner part of the eye, I'm using a tiny flat brush, and I'm just adding this matte shade in the inner part of the eye before going in with the colorful eyeshadows. Yeah, so I changed the brush to another flat brush, and I'm gonna add in the orange shade at the center part of the eyelid. I was going for a popping eye, so definitely orange is a bright color, so it would brighten the look and make it a little bit bold. I didn't want to go very subtle with her, and she has a good eyelid, so you have enough. I had enough space to add in the shadows. Then for the outer part, I just added in, it's like a dark brown but with a purple undertone, so it looks more like purple, but it's very light purple, it's not very bold. So that's what I used for the outer corner of the eye, and I'm just using a fluffy brush to blend. Then on the inner corner, I added in this gold pigment that I have in my kit, and that would help the two transition even better, and also just pop out the inner part, because I felt like the shade was not showing as much as I wanted it to, and so I just added in the pigment to make it glow and also just make it pop a little bit more. Yeah, and I loved how it came out, and you can see now the transition between the two, between the white shade and the orange was way better. And then I'm going in with my wing liner, and I'm just adding a wing eyeliner on her eyes to prep also for eyelashes. Yeah, this really helps, especially with bright colors. Don't miss out on the eyeliner because it will help bridge the gap between your normal lashes and the false lashes. Yeah, so this is how the eye was looking. I was loving it. And yeah, so on to the face. Since we already primed before, so I'm just using the Zaron setting spray just to add some moisture on her face before adding in the Zaron Cosmetics foundation in the shade FZ20. And I'm using a very firm flat brush, a foundation brush, to just blend it in. Yeah, so you want to blend, make sure the shade matches, guys. I think I've shown you guys how to match a shade. Maybe I'll do it in one of my next tutorial. Yeah, but you want to make sure that the shade matches and the tone matches, so that we don't have two different people on the face and the body. Yeah, so FZ25 was really perfect for her shade. It was just right, the tone was right and the shade was right. So I'm just blending it out. As you can see what I was saying, sometimes that's why I prefer like cleaning my eyebrow on the upper part after I have done my when I'm doing my foundation, because sometimes blending the two foundation, the fresh one and the one that has stayed there, sometimes can be hectic. Yeah, but we made it work. And then to highlight, I went in with the Legal concealer in the shade Cool Tan, and that's what I'm adding under her eye, just to brighten up her eye and to just make sure that that part is well highlighted and well covered as well. Yeah, so for concealer, I add it on the bridge of the nose, under the eye, and on the chin, sometimes on the smiley lines as well. And then the excess, when I'm blending, that's what I'll add on the forehead. I don't like adding too much product on the forehead. Yeah, so for contour, I went in with this Legal dark cocoa powder, and I'm using a fluffy angled brush just to blend it. You don't want to have like a masked makeup, and so this helps, like using a darker using a darker concealer or a darker stick foundation or a darker powder just helps even out that part, especially the hairline part and also the jawline, to make sure that you're defining those features on her face and you're giving her like a lift, like literally contouring gives someone a lift. Yeah, so you want to add it. And then next I went in with a beauty blender and I'm just blending out the concealer. And also when I was doing the contour, it's just to make sure that the concealer gets a little bit dry so that it can give me much more coverage when I come to blending it out. You can see what I meant by taking the excess on top of the forehead. See, that's like too much product. So if I had already more concealer on the forehead, that would be disastrous. Yeah, so blend, make sure there are no harsh lines. And then once you're happy with the blending, you're gonna set all the places that you added in the concealer, just to make sure that that the concealer doesn't move during the day. Yeah, so here I was using the Legal, again the banana loose powder, and I'm using this the triangular puff just to set under the eye. I love it because I feel like it goes even in the little corners and it's just easy to use. Yeah, so that's what I'm using to add the loose powder, and I'm just gonna set all the parts that I added in the concealer, the highlighting concealer. Yeah, even on the smiley lines, don't forget. Yes. Yeah, so then next I'm taking this fluffy blending angled brush, and I'm using the dark cocoa from the Legal powder, and that's what I'm gonna use for the nose contour. And you just want to blend all the way to the eyebrow, You don't want it to look harsh or like look like it's not even, so that gives you like a good dimension to know exactly where you should be placing it and how far it should go. Yeah, so we're just like contouring the nose, and then using her powder shade, we're just gonna set everything together, taking off the excess loose powder that's on her face, and that will just even out everything together. Remember, the powder has to be her shade. So before the powder, I just added in some blush, and for the blush I'm using this eyeshadow from the Joy Lips eyeshadow palette. If you're not new here, you already know, like, this is my favorite one. Like, I feel like it's a very good balance between a pink and a red, and like it just have good balance. Yeah, so the way I was saying, I'm setting in with the powder now. Make sure the powder is her shade, so that it's not lightening her or darkening her face again. And especially if you match the foundation, make sure that her powder matches. Yeah, and this will just even out everything together. It will remove any harshness, it will remove any loose powder that was left on the face. Yeah, so everything will just look well put together. Yeah, so for this, use a fluffy brush, powder brush. Yeah, so maybe in one of the videos I'll do like the brushes to use that will be helpful. Yeah, so this is how she's looking after the powder setting. So for the eyes, we're just gonna do the final touches. We're starting in with the mascara, and I'm using this Zaron lengthening mascara, and just to make sure that her mascara are well done, making sure that any fall offs from the powders or from the eyeshadow, they're like gone. Yeah, then the under eye, I just went in with a brown shade, like almost with a carton of orange, and that's what I use. And then I went in with a black eyeliner, and that's what I lined her waterline with. And here I was just using a Q-tip to remove the tears. Yeah, so Q-tips comes in handy sana. Yeah, then for the lower lashes, also we added in some mascara to make sure that those eyes are popping. Yeah, so that's how the eyes were looking with the mascara on. So as my assistant was getting the lashes ready, I'm just outlining her lips with a Davis pencil. This is like a lip liner, it's the thick one, in number 3. So that's what I was using, just to outline her lips before adding in the lipstick. Yeah, so one lash was ready, so I popped it in, and I was loving. You guys can see how much a lash makes a difference. Like, lashes makes a huge difference, like a huge difference. Yeah, so for her lips, I went in with a Huda lipstick in this orange shade, and the idea was just to try and bring the look together, but I also didn't want the lips to compete with the eye. So after that, I just went in with a nude lip gloss from LA Color High Shine, and that neutralized everything and made it just made it has just enough orange pigment, but not taking over the eye look. Yeah, because I didn't want them to be orange. Yeah, so the nude lippy just was perfect. It was just perfect. Yeah, so basically this was it. I just added in the other lash. Yeah, and we were done. After this, I just added in some setting spray, and we had the final look. As you can see here, this is a highlight palette, and I'm just adding some highlight onto her nose. And on the cheekbones with a brush. Yeah, just to make sure that she's when the sun hits or when the light hits, like, her makeup will pop. Yeah, so guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please, if you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, Please get us to 5,000 subscribers, and also like share so that we can get more views, because we are putting in so much work for this channel, and our hope is that we really teach you guys something. So don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and hit on your notification bell so that you get notified every time we upload a new video. Over and above, remember our studio is located in Nairobi CBD, so you can book an appointment whether for makeup application or for makeup classes, and we'll be happy to serve you. Yeah, till next week on Thursday. Bye bye, stay blessed, and remember, positive vibes only, no negativity. Yeah, bye guys.